What's up, beautiful people? This is your monthly June energy report. A few quick announcements. I will be, uh, I will not be doing the Zoom meetings for the opportunity community for the next 2 weeks. Okay. I will also not be doing the daily energy reports as I'm getting ready to go into my ceremony with Iboga, and I'm also in the process of moving and shifting a lot of things in my life. And that's kind of what this energy is about, for the month of June. We have a lot of shifting and changing going on. So I'll go ahead and pull up the chart. Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome, come on in. Um, so we just entered a Mercury retrograde, right? And this Mercury retrograde is going to be squaring, well, it's already squared Neptune once, twice actually, and it's going to come back and square it again. So, and they're both in their home sign. So this is a very powerful about communication. This is going to be like communication in our own mind between the left and the right brain. Okay. Now that we have Saturn and Pluto retrograde as well, and Jupiter getting ready to go retrograde later on this month on the 21st. Um, there's so much mutable energy here. If you have a lot of fixed energy or a lot of cardinal energy, you're definitely going to be feeling this a lot because let's face it, like fixed energy doesn't like to change, and cardinal energy likes to start shit, but it doesn't like to keep going with it. So the first half of the month is going to be a massive amount of mutable energy, especially because we have the eclipses. Okay, the first 2 weeks of June, we are in this portal energy between the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius and the solar eclipse in Gemini. Okay. So with the eclipses happening and the second of three Saturn and Uranus squares, I'll tell you what, man, buckle up. there is so much shifting and changing. Expect the unexpected. Just be ready for things to kind of work out different than what you thought they were going to, but keep going. Be flexible in your approach, but be diligent in your vision. Now, I will say that Mercury in Gemini, Mercury is only retrograding, I believe it's 8 degrees, and where it's usually about double that. Okay, so with it being its home sign, we're really coming to the awareness, the understanding, the alignment of who we are at our deepest level. What is our life purpose? Like, what are our boundaries? Who are we meant to be with? Like, are you in a relationship right now? Are you happy in that relationship? All these questions are going to be coming up. And this is going to be a good time to really listen to your heart and follow whatever your intuitive guidance is telling you. But then also, say you follow intuitive guidance, right? And then you get to that other side of that decision, and it's like, wow, this didn't feel like I thought it was going to feel, or this is, something else is going on here. It's very strange. I don't know what's happening. Allow that to teach you. Allow it to be okay. Be super flexible, because we're going to be experiencing a lot of changes and a lot of confusion, a lot of like going back over things. Now, I will say, if you have things that are already in motion, don't put your life on hold for astrology. Okay, don't not sign contracts, but make sure you read through them, really well. Make sure you dot all your I's, cross all your T's, and all that fun stuff, and make sure that you are honoring yourself. But I'll tell you what, this month is going to be the most transformational month of the year by far. Okay, we have Venus moving into Cancer on the 2nd, and that's very exciting. Okay, because Venus loves being in Cancer. It's exalted in Pisces, but Venus allows us to really feel these feelings. And with Mars there too, Venus is creeping up on its conjunction with Mars. Now, it's not going to happen, until it gets into Leo, but and Mars will be going into Leo later on this month as well. But that's going to be a good thing, because Mars loves being in fire signs, right? So let's see what else going on. On June 5th, we have Mars opposite Pluto. Okay, now it's gonna be exact, but we're gonna be feeling this, quite a bit for probably like the first 2 weeks. Okay, so there's a lot of deep, intense internal transformation going on. Mars is our ego. It's also, you know, our divine masculine, how we go out into the world, how we make things happen. And in the last decan of Cancer, this is about what makes us feel at home. Right? We gotta be honest with ourselves. And opposed to Pluto, that means our reality, our outside, the outside, you know, sources, people, places, things, experiences that we have are going to be triggering growth within us big time. While this mutable eclipse is happening, this is saying, like, you know, what do I really want? Where do I want to go? Who do I want to be? Right? There's a new version of our consciousness that's waking up, that's evolving, that's growing, that's coming into existence. And we really have to be honest with ourselves, to let go of any preconceived notions, right? So there's going to be an evolution, maybe, like, you know, you and your partner become closer together, or maybe you and your partner break up because you realize that, you know, okay, this isn't for me. It could be, you know, you're changing jobs, you're moving, whatever it might be. Okay. I mean, especially with this Saturn Uranus square, it's going to happen whether we really like it or not. All right. On June 10th, we have the sun conjunct Mercury conjunct the moon. All right. So this is also a new moon. All right. So, well, actually, new moon. This is the new moon solar eclipse. All right. At 20 degrees of Gemini. So this is a big deal, especially because Mercury is right there. All right. Mercury retrograde. So this is really going within, looking at ourselves, looking at our surroundings, looking at our community, like looking at our belief systems. Am I lying? There's a big about lying. Where are we lying to ourselves? Okay, all day, you know, where is that happening? With Saturn sextile the South Node and trine the North Node, which is going to be, you know, pretty much loosely for, you know, the entire month of June. Saturn, with these aspects, is like, here is your karmic reward, right? All the work that you've done, this is what's happening. But it may not look like, at first, it may not look like what you think it's going to look like or what it should look like. And I'll be here to explain, to talk about the solar eclipse here in another video as well. All right. But Jupiter in Pisces. All right, it's going to be going retrograde, but it's going to be sitting in Pisces for the entire month of June and into July. And Jupiter is very powerful in Pisces. All right, it loves being in this sign, and Jupiter here is trine to the moon. I would say it's loosely trine to the sun too, even though it doesn't say that. It's 12-degree orb. It's a little bit far, but so literally, like, hours after the new moon, we're going to have that trine happen with the moon. So, you know, you might have some difficult, deep, dark stuff coming up. Shadow work is going to be big this month. And, you know, like, the Saturn Uranus square is going to say, all right, here's the new foundation. Here's where we're going. Here's what you need to do. And it's the universe is going to push you into that direction. And not to mention, on this day too, Mars is going to be at 29 degrees, you know, opposed Pluto. So look at what's triggering you and then look within. All right. If you find yourself being triggered and reacting to other people outside of you, all right, take a step back, take a deep breath, relax. Okay. It's all gravy, baby. All right. Then, literally 2 days, I'm sorry, 4 days after this, on the 14th, we have Uranus square Saturn exact for the second of 3 times. Now, Saturn is retrograde, Uranus is direct. So Uranus is the more powerful force in this. So this is saying it's time to move forward. It's time to go. Now it's in Taurus. And what does Taurus not like to do? It doesn't like to change, right? And it represents our physical body, our desires, our belief, our ethics, our morals, our belief systems. All right. So where, you know, like you're going to be feeling your body for sure. There's going to be a lot of, you know, ascension symptoms or ascension flu, whatever you want to call it. There's gonna be a lot of growth going on this month. But when we get to July, when we look back at June, we're gonna be like, wow, right? Like, all these things changes so much that it's gonna take a little while to process it all. All right, on the 15th, we have Mercury retrograde conjunct Black Moon Lilith. Now, we have Venus in Cancer, and now we have Mars that just moved into Leo as well. So this is a very exciting time. Mars and Leo is gonna, all right, let's go open up the heart chakra. Let's get it. Let's go make it happen. All right, I wanna get some shit done. I wanna handle this. So make sure you step into that, divine masculine of, in a higher vibrational sense. Don't be too rigid this month. All right, rigidity is going to block a lot of karmic blessings that are meant to come into your life. But you have to, like, the potential for escapism is going to be very high this month. All right, and we all have to watch ourselves and ask ourselves, where are our bad habits? And what are we going to do about it? We have this is the time to take action with this mutable energy. It's so if you're struggling with anything right now, all right, which a lot of people are, if you're struggling with anything at all, it's important to look within and be honest with ourselves. Okay, what do I need to change? What are we going to do? How am I going to make the plan? And let's grow. Let's make it happen. Right. On the 18th, we have a grand air trine, Sun, Moon, and North Node. That is beautiful because this is where all the downloads, the epiphanies. Aha, all right. I went through the hard shit. I went through the mud, and now I'm getting all cleaned off. Right? On the 21st, we have Jupiter going retrograde and the Sun moving into Cancer. Now, this is really going to be the shifting point of the energy. Okay? The Sun moving into Cancer is going to be, all right, now it's time to start something new. And Jupiter going retrograde is like, all right, we move this far forward as we can go. Whatever changes you made, they're probably in the process of happening or have already happened or are about to happen. Energy is fluid. And depending on which house is happening in your chart, it's going to depend on where you're releasing, where you're letting go. But this is definitely has a lot to do with relationships. Of course, primarily the relationship with ourselves, and Mars opposed Pluto is pretty much over now, but that is going to stick with us for a long time. I don't know if you guys remember in January when we had Mars square Pluto, but that was purging some deep, dark stuff. So this is going to kind of come back around and be like, all right, are you okay with that? Are you, is everything good? Are we going in the direction we want? Like, this is the results of all that stuff. Okay. So on the 23rd, we have a grand fire trine. All right. So we have grand trines, really a lot of them all month long. These ones that I intuitively felt to highlight. And man, this is incredibly powerful because going from an air trine to a fire trine just in a couple of days, this awareness, then take action, awareness, then take action. Cardinal sign, now the Sun in Cancer. All right, let's move, let's make it happen. Let's make this house a home. Let's get this new business growing. Let's start something new. Let's get with our community and our people and come together. Okay, like keep this stuff moving, regardless of how uncomfortable it might be. All right, on the 27th, we have Venus moving into Leo. So now we have Mars and Venus in Leo. Now, Venus loves being in Leo too. This is a very compatible energy. And with that compatibility and this grand fire trine, man, this is all about opening our heart. All month long, we have our heart opening. All right. And with the mutability, it's changing. And then it's going into, like we're starting to blend the cardinal with the mutable with the fixed. So it's starting to balance stuff out. When we have more of, all three different modalities. Well, I'm sorry, all four modalities. Excuse me. We're really able to balance things out better. So the first 2 weeks are going to be a little tumultuous, a lot of purging, a lot of growth, a lot of ascension symptoms. And then as we come into the second half of the month, it's gonna calm down. It's gonna get a little more compassionate. All right, we did the hard work. Now it's time to move forward. Okay. So with all that being said, as far as the transits are concerned, there aren't a whole lot. However, this month is incredibly powerful because the transits are so fundamental, right? We have personal planets mixing with outer planets. We have everything starting to mesh back. So it's almost like everything pulled us apart, and then it went into one specific piece of our consciousness and say, okay, this is going to come up and go. This is going to come up and go. Now this is going to come up and go. Now that you've gotten rid of this, now you got to move forward in this. Now you got to move forward in that. Now you have to, create this new space for this new life. All right. So step into it with courage, with vulnerability, and with humility, because, you know, like, you got to be humble. This is going to be a humbling month, but humbling is always a good thing. And, you know, Pluto is all about that death and birth, right? So this is like the phoenix rising from the ashes, guys. This is going to be big. Okay. So thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for liking, for sharing, subscribing. If you'd like a reading from me, or join the opportunity community, or download my free ebook, please go to spiritualbodybuilder.com. And I'll see you guys on the next report. All right. Much love. Aho.